Cosplay, Menschen, Hintergründe. Alles zusammen, nur wo? Hoodie Place ist zurück mit einem neuen Interview. Wieder live on air, nur für euch. Hier der Mensch hinter dem Mic und mit dem Mic. Olli.
Damit einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Hier ist Hoodie Place Resurrection. Ja, wir sind wieder da. Und danke Mensch für das super tolle Intro all die Jahre. Leute, hier ist Hoodie Place Resurrection Ausgabe 1 und Ausgabe 39 insgesamt. Und zwar mit Samuel.G. live aus Benghazi von Nordafrika. Das war ein Zweiteil-Interview. Es hat sehr viel Spaß gemacht, deshalb schnallt euch an. Das folgende Interview ist in Englisch und viel Spaß. So Hoodies, we are back. Here's Hoodie Plays Resurrection, the new one. 5 years is almost. The countdown is ready to go with this interview. And now I have a so amazing special guest. We made a two-part interview. In fact, it's the first time I made this from Benghazi, on the other side of the world, from Africa. Here is Samuel.G. Good morning.
Good morning to you too, my brother.
Break, brother.
How beautiful day, great opportunity to do this interview with you, bro.
Of course. I'm so glad you made it for me and you made this happen for me. Thank you so much. Let me ask first, how are you doing in this crisis?
I'm very good. Just eating some cookies. It's 1 a.m. my time now, and I'm eating some cookies. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's no. I eat in the night so many snacks. This is okay. Standard. It's okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But on a serious note, it's we are all going through a rather difficult time in the world because of the COVID-19 situation, pandemic. It's global.
Yeah.
Very challenging. My heart goes out to everybody around the world who have been affected by this crisis, and I pray that the world finds healing, and then we get past this, and then we get back to normal, hopefully very soon, and things get better.
Yeah, I hope it too. But here in Germany, this year is dead zero, of course, and we have so many rules to end of the year. And I believe not next year is over. It's my personal opinion, What do you think? Is next year over, the crisis?
Definitely. I think it might even be over by the end of this year, hopefully.
I hope it too. The mask and all the people so aggressive, and I can't take this out longer, That's not good, And that is what you say. You pray everyone to infected us. That's the part that makes you human, And when we chat in the last few 2 weeks, I have always the feeling you have great humanity in you, and you're so great person.
Absolutely. I grew up around different cultures, different nationalities. And so all of those experiences have made me very, very, very concerned. I think the most important thing is humans in this world. Humans are very important. If you do not care about people, if you don't care about the welfare of people and anything that has to do with people, then you're not a human. So, it's automatic. Every human being should care about their fellow human beings. That's basically the essence of life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Really. So I can see in the internet you only as featuring artist. I read, this was hard to research, but I found something for you, something song. Before this, let me ask how you came a rapper and a musician in the first place.
Well, I'm not much of a rapper. I'm more of a singer. But I think I grew up around a lot of music, right? So growing up, I loved music, and I've always wanted to, be around music. I just had this love for it. But I remember very well the day I really decided that I want to do music for the rest of my life was somewhere around 2003.
Wow.
I happened to, yeah, I happened. This was about how many years ago was that? Well, 2003. I was a little boy at that time. I was about maybe 10 years old,
Wow.
and I watched Michael Jackson's video. It was a VH. I don't know if you remember VHS cassette tapes,
Yeah, of course.
video cassette
Of course.
viewers. Remember?
I have a lot.
Yeah, I
I
watched.
have a lot videotapes at home.
Very good. So I watched Michael Jackson in Romania, and I was sitting there literally. I was speechless. And when I came out of the room, I did that night. I decided that I'm gonna do music for the rest of my life, and I've never, you know, shied away from that decision. And I've had that dream in my heart for
Mhm.
many years now, and that was the beginning of the journey and the dream for music.
It's amazing, really. Michael Jackson is for the reason. It's amazing. Michael Jackson is a great uh, a singer, a musician, and rest in peace, Michael, by the way. And
Yeah,
I must say about Michael Jackson, he is really the king of pop. No one else, when you ask me.
definitely, definitely, definitely untouchable.
Yeah, yeah, untouchable.
Untouchable.
That's the thing, really. Yeah, I searched on the internet about information about you. So you have only an Instagram page, or have you something other, uh, or, or Instagram or Twitter or so?
Yeah, I have Twitter. I have Facebook.
Oh,
My Twitter account is
oh,
yeah, my Twitter account is at Samuel.G Music,
oh,
and Facebook is at Samuel.G Music One.
oh, thank you,
So
thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
so that's my Facebook. I'm not too active on Facebook, but I'm active on Twitter and also active on Instagram. So
Yeah, when you asked me on Twitter and Instagram, there's more activity on Facebook at the time.
oh, your Twitter is more active?
No, I mean, uh, Facebook is out and Instagram and Twitter is high at the last time.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Good,
there's
good,
more
good, good,
activity. The
good, good.
people more activity on Instagram and on Twitter because uh, Instagram and Twitter is easier for upload and so stuff, and Facebook block
Yeah,
always things. And that is
yeah. That's true.
and that's the thing. So tell
Yep.
me a little about you. Were you born and yeah, so stuff.
I was born in Benghazi, Libya, North Africa,
Wow.
and yeah, grew up, normal kid. Obviously, I'm from Ghana. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. But my parents were living in Libya, so that's where I was born. I grew up there, and I think that has been a major blessing because Libya is a very how do I say it? A very unique country
Mm-hmm.
in modern history because we know one of the latest conflicts that we've had in this world just came from Libya a few years ago. And if you look at the Arab Spring that
Mm-hmm.
happened about 10 years ago, um, Libya was, I think, sort of like the hallmark of that event, right? So growing up around that is very, very, I would say, enlightening and educating because war is an experience that is very, very, for lack of a better word, let me just say,
Hard.
crazy, yeah, crazy experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get when you are around war, you see life in a different way, because you realize, of course, how fragile that life is
Mm-hmm.
in itself, and also you tend to live life in a daring and adventurous way because that's how life is supposed to be lived. I remember there's a very popular quote from Helen Keller that said, "Life can either be a daring adventure
Mm-hmm.
or nothing at all." So, I just saw something earlier as well on Twitter. Somebody said, you really have nothing to lose when you live in life because you don't own anything in this world.
That's
You have
true.
no ownership over anything in life, in the world, right? So people are holding on to things, holding on to their fears, and they're scared to live their dreams and all of that.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, you don't even own anything, right? So why are people so scared? It's all an illusion. So for me, that experience of growing up in all these different cultures and experiences that a lot of people have not witnessed gave me a whole different perspective on life. So I think it made me stronger, it made me more focused, more determined, and also made me more human because I understand that there's no point in fighting so much, right?
Hmm.
Manipulating your way to get stuff that it's not gonna last forever anyway, right? So, it's been definitely a very, very life changing experience and very enlightening as well.
Hmm. My respect you that you survived this. My respect.
Thank you, man. It was all God, and of course, God has been faithful, and God has guided me.
Y-
My faith is my faith is a very, very key part in who I am
Hmm.
because that's what has really carried me through.
Hmm.
Yeah,
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 I must say, before Nana announced the thing with you, I don't know you, so I found something on Amazon. You made a single
yeah,
with Tick, with it's called Forever. I
yeah.
found on Amazon and Tick London Bridge. And we have here
Yes,
MEB, Mustache, Oscar, Roses.
yes,
And so
yes.
it's great. Great. And King Mondo, I know this man actually. I
Okay.
know him. I know yeah, as from hearing, Pillow is the song what you made with him, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
that's
yes,
really
yes.
great. So I definitely buy
Thank
it,
you.
bro. Of course. I will hear
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
So you
Thank you.
only a featuring artist. Is this okay for you? Why not you became the first voice? Not why only the feature artist? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
Um, well, as coming up in the music scene and becoming an established artist is definitely, I would say, a roller coaster ride, and I know every artist will agree with me on this one. It is very challenging
Mm.
to get to the point where you're an established artist. It is a very, 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 very challenging journey, right?
Hard way.
And so, yes, and with that being said, I think one of the blessings that I've had in my life is the gift of being a producer as well, right? So
Mm.
my production has opened a lot of ways and doors for me to get into, to get closer to having my music heard, right? So
Mm.
putting my own project out would require a lot of work, investment, etc.
Mm.
But being featured by other artists is, I think I found myself being featured a number of times, and that's a great opener for me because it's not my project, per se. I don't have complete ownership of it, but it it gives me exposure, and so through that, I'm able to meet people like you,
Mm.
right? However, with Nana, it's a different story because Nana, for me, I mean, Nana is a legend, somebody that I've listened to, I've learned from even before I met him.
Mm.
Although we have not met personally and physically yet, but we have an amazing relationship, and he's somebody I look up to and definitely respect a lot. But our project is not. I see it as more of a collaboration, because he's brought me in a little bit more,
Mm.
and it's like teamwork, right? So
Yeah,
with Nana,
definitely. Yeah,
it,
definitely.
yeah. So yes, but I'm gonna be dropping my own project. Hopefully. before the end of this year, I'm gonna drop an EP,
Oh yeah,
and
cool,
my
cool,
EP,
cool.
yes, my EP is gonna be called. I think this is the first time I'm breaking it. This is exclusive for you, man. My EP is gonna be called Benghazi.
Oh, here you guys, we heard first time the title for first. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, thanks. Great. It's great. It's your hometown
Yeah,
and tell your story. Great. Wow.
exactly, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you so much. About
You're
Nana,
welcome, man.
yeah, me too. Me too. I say, yeah, he's a legend. I met him, not too, but
Okay.
hopefully, in my life once, and I'm so long a fan from him. He started in the '90s, in the middle of the '90s. He came with Lonely, were the first and on the charts, and the first song I heard from him was not Lonely, it was Let It Rain, and
Okay.
for me was Saving. I have a not
Mm-hmm.
so great youth, and when I
Yeah.
listened to him and all this messages in these songs and the so wise words, he saved me
Mm-hmm.
really,
Yeah.
and that was for me really yeah, helpful. And I'm so long a fan from him. He was so long away from music. I think 2012 was the last album from him. He came back 2017 and record new tracks and reimagined from the classic songs. And yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
he made a great Lucifer Between God album. I love it
Mm-hmm.
very much. And
Mm-hmm.
remember the time reimagine was good and all the other
Yeah.
things too. But he my favorite Let It Rain not so much. Uh, but
Okay.
I miss in the remake song a few things. I'm very reference to the original, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's really a legend. In 2017, he sent me the autograph. You have to see it. It's really great. I'm really proud of it. Yeah, and this man is
Awesome.
the man is really amazing. Have you heard Nana before you met him? With your collaboration?
You mean have I heard his music?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, growing up, let me tell you how big Nana was in Libya.
Okay.
I remember when I was a little boy, 2001, 2002. There was not a single street
Mm-hmm.
that you would go out, you would turn or walk into
Mm-hmm.
around that time between 2001, 2003, even going up to 2005, 6, that you would not hear Nana's music, man. Nana was everywhere.
Wow.
His music was everywhere, and this is North Africa, man.
Yeah, North
His
Africa.
music
Yeah, yeah.
was everywhere, man. That's how. So I definitely used to listen. Especially my favorite Nana songs, um, "Lonely,"
Oh yeah,
um, in what's it called? "In My Dreams,"
yeah. Dreams. That's right.
and I would say "Remember the Time,"
Oh, I love
and
it.
then the
I
other one,
love
"Father."
it. Yeah.
Yes, and "Father," "Father,"
Yeah,
"Father."
yeah.
Oh man,
Brilliant.
and these songs were killing it, man. So I'm a fan.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a straight up fan, Nana fan, right? So um, I mean, what can I say, man?
Yeah, a so great
It's
musician
awesome.
can you say?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's just one word to summarize everything: greatness.
yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah, yeah. And how became that you both made their um, collaboration?
We were having a conversation. By the way, we're gonna have a documentary that's coming out. I think next month.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a documentary on how we worked on this EP together. 'Cause, by the way, it's an EP, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, we were having a conversation. during the beginning of the pandemic, right? Because prior to that, we were, we made a few songs together, and we were planning to, you know, release, get them released and everything, and normal stuff, right? Like normal love songs, normal life stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when the pandemic came, everything changed, and obviously it doesn't really make sense for me and him. Uh, After our conversation, said, man, it doesn't make sense to drop a love song in the middle of a pandemic, man. People are dying.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so excuse me.
Ah, no
So we
problem.
we we had a conversation. Yeah, we have a conversation, and then we said, why don't we talk about what we're going through? And, Nana is an emotional and a deep artist.
Mm-hmm.
He's full of wisdom. He has insight, and he knows how to deliver meaningful songs and have hits with it.
Mm.
Because a lot of people do meaningful songs, but they don't make it hits. It doesn't become hits. It's just nice songs that people listen to, but it doesn't really blow up, right? Like he has that track record of being able to make a deep, emotional, and serious song that is also a banger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I love that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what? Let's make something, about this whole, global crisis. And it's not just about the pandemic, but it caters to a lot of other social issues and world issues as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, okay, let's do something, for the people to resonate with them, something that they can relate to, and that can, give a sense of hope and some kind of healing to people. So that was basically the concept.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great way to know each other and to say we made for this something. That's great, really,
Yeah,
really great to
yeah.
hear.
Mhm.
Do you know "Let It Rain" from 2008 is for his mom, Maura? Do you know the track?
I know, I don't know, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this "Let It Rain" 2008, and it said before his singing start, say, "Rest in peace, girl. This for you, Maura," and this touched me so much. When we finished, I
Wow.
sent I sent you the track short on Skype. You can listen this, and
Okay.
this few words from him to his mother to honor this person, and
Wow.
it touches me so much, really. And wow, really, really,
Wow.
yeah, that's a great song, really.
I think I heard a part of it, but I have to listen to it again.
Wow, I can say wow, really. Yeah, about him,
Wow.
he's so emotional when he's singing "Remember the Time," "Let It Rain," and the best thing on his lyrics is the message to all of us, to the words and the
Yes.
things, and that's the important thing to him.
Yes.
Always I feel this, and I hope really someday I meet him in person. And when just only for a photo, it's okay, it's fine by me, you know, really fine by me.
It's gonna happen.
I
Hopefully, it's gonna
I
happen. Yeah.
hope so. Why
Mhm.
you call the single "Lockdown," especially about the pandemic, or for other reason?
Um, at that time when we did the song, the most popular word in the world at that time was lockdown.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think lockdown has been one of the most popular words this year.
Hmm.
And so, however, the inspiration, of course, came because of the lockdown
Hmm.
that happened globally. But it doesn't only address the lockdown, the pandemic
Hmm.
issues. It also addresses oppression. It addresses, people dying. And basically, I said in the song, so many people are dying, but I'm not too blind to look.
Ooh.
I see the angels are flying, but my heart is broke. So
Thank
I
you.
said that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you're welcome, bro. And I said that not only because of the pandemic, but when people are dying, it applies to everything. Yesterday, we just heard one of the legendary actor of Black Panther just died yesterday. So
Yeah.
people are dying a lot. And I was just saying that I'm not too blind to look. Like let's take a moment and just appreciate life, appreciate people, appreciate humans, and humanity. So it is talking about the pandemic,
Hmm.
but also it also addresses every other issue that is a crisis.
Yeah, what you say is true to pressure their own life. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
really true.
Yes.
Really true. Yeah,
Mm.
I stay at home all the time. I go out only for buy food or something, and I walk for
Mhm.
an hour or two to fresh air. And but it's
Yeah.
for me really hard, and I made to make creative at home, and yeah, and at the time I cannot watch movie or series at the time. I listen only music
Yeah.
or read books. This really,
Yeah.
I really miss the '90s events. So many cinemas, and I miss so many things. And I hope really,
Yeah.
really soon is back to normal.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. Hmm.
when before you release the single Lockdown, I tell you my
Yeah.
reaction about it. I
Okay.
it was so hard. Yeah, a rough day. I remember, and
Hmm.
I was on Instagram, and I saw the post from Nana, and I say, "Wow, lockdown! Oh my gosh, this is great!" And
Ah.
who's Samuel
Yeah.
G? I say to me, and
Yeah.
yeah, and really, really, I hold on this and stay tuned for before the release day. And in the release night, I heard so many times, and Lockdown is now
Yeah.
my daily playlist in my music player.
Wow. Thank you.
Of course, of course, and I
Yeah.
stream it, buy it on all platforms what I can, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. You're so welcome. And yeah, it's
Thank
true what you say. The song is to the world, but it's people itself to the life and pressure the life, and so many things to think about it. And it's really
you. Hmm.
really thankful and helpful too. I must say, in the last months, I saw all my friends for the first time in a different light, and
Wow.
I say I really appreciate more in this time I have my friends. And
Good.
you too, bro, of course. And I really
Hmm.
appreciate it as
Thank
everyone
you.
there for me and say me something positive, or makes something positive. And that is what I need
Yeah.
when I say.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really hard in this crisis, and yeah, I see my family, only my grandmother at the time and my mother, and my niece,
Yeah.
sadly no, but my niece and my first niece and me, we have B-Day next month together, 99 2020, and it's
Hmm.
so amazing. I'm so proud of her. She became 13, and I
Yeah.
remember I hold her a few days. She was so little, and it is so grown up like me. It's amazing. Really, it's really,
Wow.
really amazing.
Wow.
And how is this time for you? Meet your friends, family, or is this not possible at the time by you?
Well, I live in the same city with my parents, so I'm able to see them quite often. However, my brothers are not in the country,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and so I'm not. But it's not because of the pandemic, though. But I've not met them in many years,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
so so that's kind of normal. But we do talk a lot more, especially during the pandemic. We definitely speak more and check up on each other
mm-hmm,
more often.
mm-hmm,
And I think one of the good things that has happened is that I think people have gotten a little closer to each other. I think we check up on each other more. People,
mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm.
speak more. And we kind of put everything else aside. Let's talk. And it's good. So
Hmm.
I'm grateful.
What is your top three favorite rapper on in this world?
Top 3 favorite rappers in this
Yeah.
world. Okay, so number 1, I'm gonna say Nana.
Of course.
Number 2, I'm gonna say, Number 2, I'm gonna say, Tick, because Tick put me on as well on a song, and he's also a Ghanaian legendary artist. And then number 3, I'm gonna say Sarkodie. Sarkodie is a Ghanaian rapper.
Oh,
For me, that's one of my favorite rappers. Super amazing, talented rapper. I would say these are my 3 favorite rappers.
wow, that's really, really great mixture and interesting choice, really. Here's the last question for the first part that we made. Have you always a voice in you that they can say you singing, or became you the voice for singing later?
I think I discovered the voice. I don't know how it happened exactly, but I discovered the voice 2005. One day I was in the school one day, and I sang. I had a couple of friends who were with me at that time, and I remember singing, and when I was singing, it sounded so good to me. And then the other guy was standing across to me, and school is a rough place, right? People are very brutally honest with you in school. If you're terrible, they don't tell you, hey man, you're terrible, you suck, right? So this guy looked at me and he said, "Damn, you have a nice voice."
Wow.
and I said, "Thank you, man," because I was hearing myself. I thought it was good, but sometimes you think you're good and you're not good, So after that, when he said that, I realized, okay, I think I have a good voice. Let me keep rehearsing and working on it.
Wow.
And that's when I started working, and just trying to perfect the craft.
Yeah, it's interesting how the way to your voice. That's interesting, really, really. And is this for you? Is this for you? Say, yeah, I use my voice to give the people something. This actually,
Yes.
yeah. That's your thing,
Yep.
I believe.
Yes.
That's great, really great. Yeah, and thank you for the first part, and yeah, I really can't wait to the two part. Really, it was great.
Yes, sir. We're doing part 2 tomorrow.
Of course.
We're doing part 2 tomorrow, man. By God's grace, yes. So it's awesome, pleasure to talk to you, man.
We are back, Hoodies. Yeah, you welcome, bro. Sam, really thank you, Samuel. It was so great to have you here. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Ich hoffe, ihr habt es genossen. Es war ein wunderbares, tolles Interview. Das aus der anderen Seite der Welt und Lockdown, Dana, die Single, das hat alles so wunderbar gepasst. Und es war seine Idee, dass wir ein zweiteiliges Interview draus machen. Also es ist auch wieder was Neues für die Zukunft, was man vielleicht umsetzen könnte oder was man lernen könnte. Schön, dass ihr wieder eingeschaltet habt. Schön, dass ihr dabei gewesen seid. Thank you to all the English listeners or like us. So what? Thank you so much. Ja, Hoodie Plays Resurrection. Wir gehen in die nächsten 5 Jahre und ich hoffe, es geht weiter. So wie es ich erhofft habe. Deshalb eine gute Nacht, schlaf gut und bis bald.
Das war Hoodie Plays, der Interview-Podcast von und mit Olli.